Get ready. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Start. The next point which I would like to deal with so far as the economy is concerned is the growth in the non-development expenditure which was made by my esteemed friend. I want to point out that the growth in non-development expenditure is not as great as has been made out. I will give the figures. The point which I would like to make is that the bearer bonds scheme has not failed. This has yielded as of late rupees 300 crores, that too in spite of the odds against which it had to be issued and got through. I do not want to elaborate on this matter. Had it been allowed to run its course, taking into account these rupees 300 crores which have been collected, I have every confidence that not only rupees 1000 crores but a little more would have been collected. In the case of borrowings, Article 292 of the Constitution makes it clear that the executive powers of the Union extends to borrowings on such terms as it thinks fit, subject only to the limitation that Parliament may fix on the total amount. We would borrow under several terms and conditions. In some cases, we have borrowed on tax-free conditions. When we issue national savings certificates, 6% is tax-free. It is borrowing of one kind. We have borrowed government bonds taxable at the usual rate. When we issued gold bonds, we said that regardless of the origin of the gold, smuggled gold or tax evaded gold, whatever it was, they were entitled to subscribe for it and that they will be exempt from tax. Therefore, it is within the discretion of the government to borrow on such terms as it thinks fit. If that power is not given, its only other alternative is to go into savage taxation, which this government wants to avoid as much as possible. Sir, I shall not proceed with the next item, namely direct taxes. In respect of direct taxes, a number of suggestions have been made. One is that there should be simplification of the law. Already I have mentioned that we are going to have a recodification of the income tax law, and the Economic Reforms Commission has been requested to look into this matter. We hope that we will be having a report from them as early as possible. Then, sir, there was one criticism that in the tax concessions that we have given, we have deprived the states of their share of income tax, and to that extent we have eroded the states' old resources. Sir, all this theory of states and centers' resources are outdated today after our plans. We now provide the states with as much as is required by them for their respective plans. Whether we provide it by way of states' share of the taxes or by way of central contribution is no matter of any consequence for our economy. Mr. Deputy Chairman, sir, I am really grateful to the House for the great interest they took on the finance bill and for the valuable contribution that members made to the debate. As many as 21 members participated and they made a very large and valuable contribution extending to over 2 days. In my short reply, in 45 minutes, it will not be possible to cover all the points raised by the honorable members. If by chance I omit any one of these points raised by them, it is not out of disregard for the very valuable contribution made but purely because of want of time. Sir, I shall now classify all the points made under three heads. The first will deal with the state of the economy and matters connected therewith. In the second, I shall deal with direct taxes. And in the course of dealing with these subjects, I shall make references to the various points which have been made by honorable members in the debate. So far as the state of economy is concerned, I have mentioned in the course of the presentation of the budget as well as in the reply to the general debate on it that the economy is showing signs of recovery that we have turned the corner and that we are on the road to an improved economic situation. I have not claimed at any moment that we have achieved success in this regard or that we have reached a level of satisfaction. All that I have said is from the morass into which we have fallen, we have taken a turn for the better and that we are making a slow but steady progress towards improvement in the economy of the country. The first sign that we see is in respect of agriculture. Both last year and in the year we are now going through, the agricultural production is likely to be of the very high order, perhaps the best so far reached. Last year we expected 1 to 2 million tons of food grains and we expect to have the same or a slightly better production of food grains in this year. Then with regard to industry, from a negative growth we have turned to a positive growth. Particularly in the last half of this year, the industrial growth has been of the order of 8%. In the earlier part, it has been stagnant and the average has been 4%, as I predicted it would be sometime during the mid-year review. The fact that in the latter half or second half of this year we had reached an 8% growth in industrial production gives us confidence that we will be able to maintain this 8% and probably improve upon it in the next year. In the field of infrastructure, particularly in the production of coal, we have exceeded our target of 114 million tons of coal.